10-5 now they trail. And again, that mix of shots from the University of Nottingham, just with the gentle shots that are dropped over the net, and then the ones where they really thunder it towards the baseline. And Durham seem to have resilience there. Ultimately, it's broken. And 11 points to 5, the score now reads. Again, halfway through this set, so refreshments in order. University of Nottingham in very good shape. As for Durham, it's going to be hard for them to flip this back around. 6 points behind. Of course, a set as well under the thumb. Well, no need for the University of Nottingham's coach to get involved this time around with his women's doubles. They seem to be managing this themselves quite successfully. Just a bit of a discussion here between the University of Nottingham and the umpire. It's ended with smiles and a resolution, whatever the matter was. And so it'll be the University of Nottingham to serve right to left, leading by 11 points to 5. Now 11 points to 6, but still the setup. Second point of succession for Durham. Good shot from Olivia Trevor, the captain. Of course, a lot of noise in the building right now. There are 2 other matches going off. And also, the volleyball is just in the facility, the other side of the big green curtain on the back of the court. But Durham have got a few points under their belt now, and it's 11-9. And of course, in badminton, once you win the points, you keep the serve, and you can keep plugging away, keep dominating from the serve, and really reduce a gap. And they've done that to a T of Durham. It's one thing saying it, it's another thing doing it. That was audacious, that from Elaine Chan. It worked. Shot there whilst pirouetting the other way. Just wasn't quite the complete rally that, though, for Durham in the end, as University of Nottingham responded well to the onslaught and stopped the flurry of Durham points. So 12-9. And a 13th point on the board. It's looking like University of Nottingham are going to close in on this one, but it's not looking as comfortable a performance at this stage of the second set as it did at this point in the first. It has varied, predominantly due to the opposition of Durham, really putting up a stiff upper lip and refusing to be down and beaten. And they dominate that rally as well. The gap now back to within 2 in this women's trophy doubles bout. Error though on the serve. Well, you may have just heard there on the public address that overall University of Nottingham are leading, because not only have we got the action on Court 2 in the Women's Trophy, Court 1 as well contains the same competition between Durham and the University of Nottingham, and it is Uni of Nottingham that are leading 2-1. If they win this set, then it will be 3-1. They look the favourites to do so, but it's only a 3-point margin. Make that a 2-point margin. Durham making a fist of it. And they are just 1 point away from equalising what they got in the first set. Well, ruthless stuff from the University of Nottingham. Nothing that Olivia Trevor could do to combat that one. It's now 18-14. Just, it's funny how quickly the switch can flick, and it can change from one side looking like they've got the momentum and they are ready to drag things back level, and then all of a sudden the other side manages to string a few rallies together that drags them clear. The gap now 3 points. And it's not been perfect from the University of Nottingham, but they've had a real flow about them. They're going to have to really earn this second set. There would be good value for it, but again, it's close. And again, Durham get it close, but not close enough. And Elaine Chan, should I say, the latest. Just to not quite enough leverage on the right arm to flick it back on the backhand. 19-16 the score. Neither outfit looking as if they want to take this second set. Errors are becoming prominent now. Well, match point for the University of Nottingham. It's not been pretty at times, but they've got to this stage. 3-point buffer they've got now. One final bit of quality will win this for the home side. Well, not yet. The quality coming from the Durham ranks and showing that they are not out of the contention here. To be fair to Durham in this second set, the gap never has been more than 5 points. They've been flirting with the idea of taking this set. They've not quite done it, but now they're back within 1 point, and this is harem-scarum stuff for the University of Nottingham, who have to be careful not to let this slip. Durham have got a second win, and they're trying to pull something pretty extraordinary out the bag, and they've got it back on level terms, and they get the roar from the small contingent of the Durham faithful behind them as it's back on 20 points apiece. And a change of shuttlecock as well. As Durham are serving here to equalise things after being down in the doldrums for a large quantity of this affair. And the advantage now indeed is with Durham. Well, how about this for a turnaround? Turnaround not complete. University of Nottingham refusing to be beaten. They want to just get this out of the way and wrap up the match. But Durham are not letting them, and again they are the ones with the noses in front. And it's gone down right to the wire. But for how much longer? Not much longer. Durham have got it. They get the second set and things are back all square at one apiece. We are going to a decider, and that's great tenacity that from the pair in purple, Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan, who have really pulled something special out of the bag there. And now the University of Nottingham coach is needed again, as we are going to go for the second time in as many matches here at the University of Nottingham into a deciding set. It's one apiece between Uni of Nottingham and Durham. University of Nottingham back on court and ready to do battle for the final time in the deciding set here. One apiece between themselves and Durham in this Women's Trophy on Big BUCS Wednesday here in the East Midlands. Well, we have had quite a contest on our hands when it seemed for so long that the University of Nottingham would coast to success. Durham refusing to be downbeat and not defeated when it seemed like that was going to be the only outcome. Test of endurance now, just as much as it is about quality, as we are back underway and Durham take the first point. Mistakes are likely to be also more on the cards as well, with the fatigue beginning to set in. It's a busy schedule for a lot of these players today. They may be playing in more than one match with the singles and the doubles over the course of the morning between both courts 1 and 2. But Durham, should I say, doing their bid to string together a few set of points in the early embers of this set. Durham are 4-2 up after doing so much of the chasing in the second set. It'll be interesting to know if they can handle affairs from being in front from the offset. We know from the first set that it's not easy to do against this Uni of Nottingham duo of Ellen Manthrillingham and Neelam Kaur. After, of course, Durham, seems like a long time ago now, with 7 points ahead. They let that slip in the first set, but the second set they did the exact reverse. It's now 4-all in the decider. Oh, and that's superb from Olivia Trevor, identifying the gap on the far side of the court. And the Uni of Nottingham pair there, just looking around, left wanting somewhat. Nothing they could do about that. And a bit of quality there from the University of Nottingham. And Ellen Manthrillingham. (7-5) now to Uni Nottingham, and bit of a distressing sight just on the near side of the screen right now. University of Nottingham, well, of course, earlier we had in the singles Nicola Ho of the Uni of Nottingham. We commented on the strapping she had on her right knee, and that seems to be playing up for her right now. And her second game of the day may be ending prematurely, but this one in the doubles is going all the way. We hope Nicola Ho can continue, and if she can't, that her recovery is swift. Durham now all about recoveries, that's for sure, in the games that they've had so far today. Leading by a few points at the back end of the set previous, but now trailing 8-7 in, well, an affair that's really gone swings and roundabouts, hasn't it? It's been one side getting a succession of points, then the other just digging away and getting it back. And it's now the University of Nottingham holding the upper hand by a 2-point buffer. Durham have got a point back. Big shot that from the University of Nottingham, and at the halfway point of this deciding set they lead by 3 points. It's 11-8 to the girls in green. Durham again are trying to come from behind and take the set just like they did in set 2. We know we've got a game in our hands when Durham are around, but can lightning strike twice? Also, of course, keeping our eye on matters on court one a wee bit as well. And we mentioned the injury that Nicola Ho has sustained. It seems to be muscular, which is a bit of a relief. It might not be as severe as first thought. And she's got a good team around her now, just trying to sort things out. So, resuming things in the second set of the women's doubles. And a point for the University of Nottingham, who are opening things up once more. So an unfortunate conclusion on court one for the University of Nottingham, the game having to be abandoned due to the injury. And once again we reiterate, we hope that Nicola Ho recovers quickly enough. Matters on court two bubbling up nicely again. And University of Nottingham are slowly but surely getting themselves back into the driving seat after, well, let's put it this way, the vehicle was hijacked for the back end of the second set and the start of the third by Durham. It's now 14 points to 8, according to the scorecard at the end of the court. As Durham get a point back. But is this a hurdle too far? 5 points, the separation. They'll be hoping for a few more of them sort of errors. Oh, that's really good work from Olivia Trevor, who is starting to bring her A game to the table. Now 16-12 to the University of Nottingham. Well, there's resilience there, isn't there, from the duo of Ellen Manthlingham and Neelan Carr, because it's been a bit topsy-turvy. They've got themselves in front and then they've been put back again. They've rode their luck a bit along the way, perhaps unfortunate to have victory in the second set taken from under their nose, but credit to Durham, who are still not giving up even at this stage, but the ball definitely in the University of Nottingham's court. They are 5 points clear at 18-13. And they're just refusing to let up. And they are etching closer and closer to that 21-point mark, which will see them take success. And of course, with each of these battles going off across the singles and the doubles, it really does affect the final complexion of this women's trophy. Every single match matters, particularly at this stage as well. We're about midway through. Oh, great rally there. University of Nottingham have come out on top on it. They're on to the match point, and it's moments like that when things are so finely in the balance. They just have that extra bit of nous that Durham lack. And our University of Nottingham now moments away from victory. It's been a marathon, certainly not a sprint, but ultimately it is the University of Nottingham that run out the winners by 2-1. A score in the final set very similar to the success in the first, 21-14. The second set, well, we didn't know when that was going to end. Durham fought back tremendously well. There was a lot of heart in the display of Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan, but ultimately outdone by the quality of Ellen Thrillingham and Neelan Kaur. And it means here in the women's doubles as part of the women's trophy on Big BUCS Wednesday here at the University of Nottingham, it is the home side that run out the victors against Durham by 2-1.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, do it quickly now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong. Falling in September, cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll go back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong.
Take it quickly. I think a shot for the corner here. And it is in as well. Honey Randall's a corner.
I'm Miguel, nice to meet you.
What is...
I got these for you.
Oh, thank you. It says you're 29 here.
Everyone lies on them things, don't they?
Right. I mean, you look a bit.
I shaved this morning.
You shaved?
Yeah, I shaved. You look really good. So yeah, redheads aren't my usual type, but
They're not your usual type.
I'm not keen on it. It suits you well.
This is not happening.
Can I have some milk, please?
Milk.
I'm detoxing.
With a straw.
Without a straw.
You can go to like a Greek island or something.
I'll take you to a Greek island. It's lads, I'm a lad, aren't I?
Really?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you're going to bring in a bunch of flowers, you could have taken off the sort of limp ones.
Can I give you a bit of feedback?
Yeah.
I'm sensing a lot of hostility from you. So maybe you could be the one. Are you one of them women with a hard exterior and a soft inside?
What do you think?
You want to be loved though, don't you really, beneath it all? Get the presentation ready for the meeting and fire that guy's Mike from the couch who's doing my head in. I didn't touch the chocolate biscuits. I'm on a date now. I think she fancies me. She's like laughing at all my jokes as well. The PA, the nightmare PA.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
the flowers are very cute, I think.
Don't go.
I was expecting.
Come on.
I was just expecting a very different date.
So what sort of thing are you after then?
It's all my age.
You sure you don't want to stay?
No, I'm sure.
You sure? That one backfired. Right, I'm going to the little man's room. Do you want to get the bill and we'll head back to yours for a nightcap?
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand.
Nicola earlier on this morning here in the Women's Trophy over 3 sets. Joshmin Bong won the first, but then came undone in the end by Nicola Ho, and now she's facing her sister. So 6-5, sorry, 6 apiece. In fact, it was 6-5, and well, this game going to and fro at a nice rate. Some decent rallies being thrown in the early stages, and neither of these two players giving the opponent an edge. Already, you get the impression that the quality is consistent. It's going to be the mistakes that prove decisive. And a couple of mistakes in a row from Ho means that Joshmin Bong is leading by 8 points to 6. Lovely drop shot from Ho, and I think, well, it looked to me as though it had stayed in, but it had gone out, and it's the umpire's decision that matters the most, and so Bong leads by 4 points, which is now reduced to 3, and a change of shuttlecock in order. Bit of an intermission in the first set. It is Durham who are upsetting the home faithful at the moment. They're leading by 11 points to 7. And what's so interesting about this game as well is that the University of Nottingham overall are leading by 3 points to 2. And so there are fine margins here. If Durham can win this one and get it back to 3-all, then we are really in with a fierce competition for the final throws of this women's trophy. But if the University of Nottingham can get this game, surely it's theirs. It is that finally in the balance. You have to say it has been over the course of the singles and the doubles affairs that we've had so far as well. And so we are in for a bit of a blockbuster finale, perhaps. Oh, that is superb from Bong. And Ho there thought that she could read that and thought surely Bong can't go long here. And she did. And she's leading by 13 points to 8 now. That one just going the wrong side of the white line as far as Jasmine Bong is concerned. But she fires back with a point there. And this is reminiscent of the first set display she put in against Nicola Ho. It's not all perfect though, is it? That wasn't her finest moment with the serve there. And a couple of sets in, a couple of serves, should I say, in succession with an error. The gap within 4 again. Oh, and just too much quality on the shot from Jasmine Bong, who is really trying to stretch her opponent across the back of the line from either side of the court. It's working on the most part. Serves have not quite been as faultless as they had been prior to this, but once the rallies get going, then the decisive blows are really being struck. And there again from Bong, who is finding her rhythm. That had just gone out by the seams of it. Just the advertising hoarding slightly in the way they're obscuring the view from up here, and another error. It's now 16-14 to Bong of Durham. She has to be careful that, of course, she's got the ambition of playing the impressive shots, but her determination to impress doesn't quite falter and lead to errors. And Ho has got another shot, and that was the drop shot on that occasion, just bringing out a bit of a rabbit out of the hat there. And it's seeing University of Nottingham on the comeback trail, now behind by just the point, and this is perhaps as close as it's been throughout the course of this opening set. It's been close all the way through. Durham have held the advantage for more or less the whole way, but Jasmine Bong has to be careful now. She's reopened a 2-point gap. I'll make that 3 points, calling on offensive prowess when required. Oh, with a bit of a smash. No nonsense from her. She doesn't have time and shots to waste now. And she's to rescue this opening set. Jasmine Bong 2 points away from that 21-point mark. On the balance of play, she probably has been the better. Points not lying. She now enters set point. And how much of a morale boost will this be for Durham, who are only trailing by the odd match in 5 right now, but it looks as if it may go even. We are some way from being done yet, but the first set has been secured by Josmin Bong by 21 points to 16, and it means that things are going to get interesting in the second set, as the University of Nottingham are going to have to respond with some intent if they are to save this match and keep their lead overall intact. This one is far from over. Durham leading by a set to 0. Bit of a breather then for both of these competitors, and they sure had to make the most of it, because they're thrown straight back into the deep end now as we progress with the second set. And it's Josmin Bong of Durham who holds the advantage by a set to 0, and she serves to start the second. Well, Bong just dominated that right from the serve, didn't she? And it only seemed a matter of time before Ho's resistance was to be broken. And so it is Bong who takes the opening point. And the second as well. That one a bit more comfortable a period of shots, because there weren't that many. And Bong again going for the high and deep serve. Good shot again from Bong. And an early change of shuttlecock in the second set. She leads by 3 points to 1. Again, a deep one from Bong, and it worked as well because Ho has hit it into the dead zone. No, and a bit of fortune in that for Josmin Bong, but luck favours the brave, and it seems to be favouring the better of the two at the moment. 5-1 she leads, and unlike when she faced the other Ho sister in the first of the games today, she has won the first set, Bong, and continued in the same vein in the second. And that's the important part, because we're really getting to the nitty-gritty stages of this women's trophy competition. She leads by 7 points to 1 now. A third of the way to her pursuit for success in the second here. And don't forget, in the grand scheme of things, the score between Durham and the University of Nottingham, should it go the way that it looks as if it's going to, it will be 3-all. And this women's trophy battle is going all the way to the finale. Well, Ho is looking a bit dispirited now and a bit lost out on court. Jocelyn Bong has got her right where she wants her. But you can't win every single point. Another point for Bong. 10-2 up. And that was a good shot from Ho. Well, this is, right now, probably the quickest set that we've had all day, and that is because of the dominance of Josh Min Bong, who has took the second set by storm and is spearheading the charge here for Durham to get back level overall in this Women's Trophy affair. If you are just joining us, thank you very much for being with us here at the University of Nottingham on Big BUCS Wednesday, as the university sporting calendar comes to a close, and what a climax it promises to be here in the badminton. We've got a real tussle on our hands in the Women's Trophy. That one drifting wide from Bong. The opening score after that little break we had. It was a good rally there between Ho and Bong. And a second successive point for the University of Nottingham. And that's gone out of play as well. So Ho with a hat-trick of points, which is just what the doctor ordered. Of course, you may also catch in the corners of the screen the boys in action. Loughborough against Bath, the contest in the men's trophy. And we will try and update you best we can as well when the scores come through on the public address system as to who's leading the battle for where in that respect. But for now, the focus very much on the women, and rightly so, because they are putting on quite a tussle for the Women's Trophy. Durham holding the upper hand in this game, but in terms of the match as a whole, it is pretty level. Just trying to catch the scoreboard just to the right there. The University of Nottingham coach just prowling around the scene, slightly blocking the view, but it is 12 points to 9 for Durham. But the gap is closing, and it's going quite nicely. Well, it's getting interesting now. It's about 12-11. Busy day of action here at Nottingham, and the badminton right where it's at. So many sports going off across the campus. Well, Durham look as if they're going to be levelling things up. It's match point now for Durham, and how badly they needed this. A slow start to the morning, but things picking up now, and one of the cogs in the wheel is Josh Min Bong, who surely soon is going to claim the success, and not on that occasion. Just didn't quite set up for her well enough to batter that one home. Maybe she's getting a bit too excited at the prospect of taking this in an emphatic fashion. Let's get it over the net and test your opposition. But she's got 5 points to play with. And in the end, it's an error that does it. Nothing for Josh Min Bong to do on the match point. She takes this by 21 points to 15 in the final set. A pretty simple task for Durham, relatively speaking, to some of the action that we've had so far this morning here on the Big BUCS Wednesday at the University of Nottingham. And the badminton contest in the Women's Trophy is going all the way, it seems. We're going to the final game. It's 3 points apiece. Now, very shortly, we will have the doubles contest. Well, welcome back for the final time this morning to the University of Nottingham Big BUCS Wednesday, and it is the badminton, the women's trophy between Durham and the University of Nottingham. It's currently 3 points apiece, and interestingly enough, we have 2 doubles games going off at the same time. So we'll try and keep across the both of them for you. Our focus is on court 2, where we have in green the University of Nottingham duo of Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair, and in purple is Durham's Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan. It's 1 point apiece at the start of the first set, and you'd expect this to be nip and tuck all the way through, as Rebecca Blair in the blue trainers for the University of Nottingham will now serve. Uni of Nottingham now leading by 2 points to 1. Overall, it's actually 3 apiece out of all the events that we've had so far in this women's trophy. And it couldn't be much tighter. Now 3-2 to the University of Nottingham as Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair in these early stages try and get into their stride. And the atmosphere building also just next to us here on the badminton courts at the volleyball. It's effervescent all across the University of Nottingham campus for today's events. There's so much going on with the football, the tennis, the volleyball, the basketball, and of course the badminton. That's the main one. 5-2 to the University of Nottingham, now 5-3. Bit of an error there from Lucy Jarvis, as this one has yet to get going in terms of rhythm. There's not been too many rallies yet. Just undersold that from Elaine Chan. This is the second game that both these doubles pairings have had. We saw Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan earlier really pushed Uni of Nottingham all the way into a deciding set. They eventually lost it though, and will be hoping to recover on this occasion and put those wrongs right. It is the University of Nottingham though leading by the odd point in 11 so far. And that was fierce retaliation from Olivia Trevor, forcing the error out of Rebecca Blair, and now it's 6 apiece. Good shot that from Olivia Trevor, who is the Durham captain, and shown already today the quality that she has in her locker. As Durham now just hit that out. It's 8-all. It's a close start. Elsewhere, it is just on the near court. You may see little snippets of it every now and then. There is the game between the University of Nottingham and Durham, which Durham are leading in the other women's doubles. So Durham have the upper hand in that. It means that University of Nottingham in this game really need to pull out all the stops. And they get that point, and it's a big point as well. And don't the crowd just know it? 9-all. Few early errors into the net. And 10 all is the cry from our umpire in this one. Oh, taking charge of the situation there, Olivia Trevor. It was Rebecca Blair, the University of Nottingham, and Elaine Chan there exchanging shots, and then in came Olivia Trevor, who thought enough of this and just smashed it down to the ground. And so in the first little water break here, it is Durham leading by 11 points to 10. But this one has got a long way to go, and again, the University of Nottingham coach has been a busy man so far this morning, and he's back to discuss tactics with Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair, and just assure them, look, you may be trailing by the point, but it is only a point. You're good enough to win this one. But you get the feeling that this first set is quite important in the grand scheme of things, because you need that morale boost to go into the rest of the game. Well, even the splits from Olivia Trevor not being able to deter the shuttlecock away on that occasion. Still Durham leading, 12 points to 11. And that dropping in to the frustration of Jarvis in the bright pink trainers. Can't miss her. But she missed the shuttlecock on that occasion, and it's a couple of errors there that Durham will certainly welcome. And it's good work from Olivia Trevor of Durham. In fact, her and Elaine Chan now are stringing some form together. You don't want to curse this, but as that one goes out, they're building up a head of steam. 16-11 up, and well, there's a tide beginning to turn in their favour. Not entirely. University of Nottingham need to stay in this. They need to keep plugging away. Lucy Jarvis, Rebecca Blair have their game faces on. Just not quite finding the points right now, and Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan are blocking up a lot of space in their own territory. An error there from Trevor, but still a 3-point margin in their favour. And taking now prisoners there, Elaine Chan. It was a loose play that she didn't ask any questions of, and hammered that home. Tense moments now for the University of Nottingham, who will have an eye on this court, and they'll have an eye on the court just to the right as well, because on court one it is Durham leading by a set to nil. On this court we are still yet to complete the maiden set, but Durham are leading by 19 points to 15. Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair of University of Nottingham are going to have to start piling some points together. Durham hit 20. They are on set point. Big moment this in the game. A big point that is won by Durham, and they take the first set. (21 points to 17). Not too much in the way of celebration, it has to be said, from Durham there, but it's a step closer to taking this match, and of course, in this marathon that is the Women's Trophy, winning overall here against Durham. That's still on court 1, where there's also a women's doubles game occurring. It is Durham leading that as well by a set to 0, 15 points to 11. Just see a few of the exchanges in that one. Again, that's a tight affair. All the games have been. It has to be said that these two teams are at this point of the Women's Trophy competition for a very good reason. So Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan have milled over the first set and have their thoughts firmly fixed on what's going to transpire over the next 40 points or so. Don't forget, it's not just the Women's Trophy that will be decided today on BUCS Big Wednesday. There's also the Women's Championship as well, which is the overall national winner. The Women's Trophy, very competitive, but featuring the second tier. It is the Women's Championship, which is the big winner overall. But this one has a high value of importance, and these set of players, whether they be in purple or green, are well aware. We start the second set then. University of Nottingham with the serve, but losing out on the point as Rebecca Blair hits that into the net. And of course, errors are a frustration for either side to commit, but it's not necessarily their own downfall. It's usually the quality of the opposition, putting them in the areas that they'd rather not like to be in. And there are just some scenarios that you just can't negotiate your way out of. That time an error from Elaine Chan. Scores are equal as Durham take the serve here. Just trying to get a glimpse of the scorecard at the end of the court. Once again, a bit of an obscured view, but as soon as I see it, I will bring it to you. The big score that matters is that Durham lead by a set, and University of Nottingham are in pursuit. Oh, 5th point for Durham. Does that count? It's It's disallowed. I'm not quite sure why that was there. Maybe Trevor and Elaine Chan are in conversation. They've taken the shuttlecock, nevertheless. And the scorecard reads 5-all. Not quite sure how accurate that is at the moment. There's regular flipping of those cards back and forth. Sometimes the score is incorrect, but it looks as if now it's 6-5 to the University of Nottingham. Oh, and it's going to be 7-5, and I don't think Elaine Chan can quite appreciate what's just happened there. It seemed like that point was hers. It wasn't. Errors at this point not too significant in terms of magnitude, but as the game progresses, then that significance can rise. 8-5 then to the University of Nottingham. It's now 8-6. It's going back and forth again, and just like the first set, it's really a case of who can minimise the errors and who can demonstrate those bits of quality when it matters. Now, a couple of errors there from Durham at the start of the set saw them drop behind, but now they are back within 2 points, with Uni of Nottingham having the 9-7 lead. And the latest point being won by Durham, who are now just a point behind. And they've not quite been as well-oiled a machine as they were in the first set. But is this the opportunity for them? Indeed it is. And we're at 9 apiece. Oh, and a second successive point for Durham, and again, they're just hitting it deep. And they're finding the gap in behind the pair of Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair, who for the first time in this second set fall behind. Good rally that between Lucy Jarvis and Elaine Chan. Fortunately for the University of Nottingham, they concede the point, and well, they're behind by 11 points to 9 as they take the break at the halfway point of this second set. Will it be the final one? Early signs. You would have been forgiven for thinking that we may be going into a deciding set with the way that the University of Nottingham had came out of the blocks. But the seesaw has shifted back towards Durham's favour, and they hold a 2-point margin. Just waiting for the final result on court 1. That game seems to have finished, and it seems to have been Durham who have won that, and if they have, they are 4-3 up overall. And so if this game carries on in the same vein, it may be the trophy clincher. Wow, lovely shot from Rebecca Blair. So it is a win for Durham, and now the score score is 4-3 to Durham, as we thought it was. So Durham are closing in, and this game as well is going well in their favour. Lucy Jarvis and Rebecca Blair just having to appear as though they were unscathed by this, but they are struggling due to the quality of Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan. It's been a good game of badminton that has swung back and forth, but predominantly fourth in favour of Durham. Another well-judged effort by Durham. Another point in their favour. 14-12 now the score. Well, these badminton players doing really well to not only withstand the opposition, but also the noise coming from the volleyball court, which is very vociferous on occasion. But the four on court right now, completely unnerved. Certainly Durham, 18 points to 12 up, make that 19. They are 2 points away from winning this and maybe the women's trophy. I'm expecting celebrations from all those of a purple persuasion if this set goes their way, but you never know, it can change quickly. But this is the match point, and this perhaps the moment that Durham are waiting for. And do remember, they've had to come from behind in this women's trophy. But that just may be the game clincher, the trophy clincher, and Durham's name on top of the tree. It's the double of Olivia Trevor and Elaine Chan, who have won the second set by 21 points to 12. And it was a tight start to the second set after Durham had took the first by 21 points to 17, but in the end they made life look pretty comfortable, and a huddle between the Durham squad there, all in purple, smiles very prominent indeed, and a few family members there as well to join in the celebrations. So it is Durham, who we will wait for confirmation for it, but seem to be the Women's Trophy Champions 2018 on Big BUCS Wednesday. Tough on the University of Nottingham. It was a thrilling battle which saw the pendulum swing towards both sides. Ultimately, however, it is those in purple who are the ones with their arms aloft and prominent smiles. No surprise at all, and they lift their captain up, Olivia Trevor, as well in celebration. So we will wait. Just for the confirmation, it's coming in now. There we go. And I think some of the family members more excited than the players. So the presentation of that will be in the not too distant future. We're waiting for the men's trophy to be decided, and we will bring you the winners of that as soon as we get it as well. But the 2018 BUCS Big Wednesday Women's Trophy champions in the badminton is the University of Durham. A big congratulations to them. Commiserations to the University of Nottingham, who certainly put a fist of it towards the opposition. But in the end, it wasn't enough. And we will be rewarding the Durham team in a few moments' time. But until then, it's Durham who are your champions this morning. Of course, we have the Women's Championship later on as well. But until then, we'll take a bit of a break.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly. Beneath the ground, all done by my own hand. I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. Now you can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong.
Quickly. I think a shot for the corner here. But right, and it is in as well. Harry Randall's a corner.
I'm Miguel, nice to meet you.
What is...
I got these for you.
Oh, thank you. It says you're 29 here, though.
Everyone lies on them things, don't they?
Right. I mean, you look a bit...
Shaved this morning.
Shaved?
Yeah, shaved. You look really good. So, yeah, redheads aren't my usual type. But
They're not your usual type.
I'm not keen on it. It suits you well.
This is not happening.
Can I have some milk, please? Milk. I'm detoxing.
With a straw.
Without a straw.
You can go to like a Greek island or something.
I'll take you to a Greek island. It's lads, I'm a lad, aren't I?
Really?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you're going to bring in a bunch of flowers, you could have taken off the sort of limit ones.
Can I give you a bit of feedback?
Yeah.
I'm sensing a lot of hostility from you. So maybe you could be the one. Are you one of them women with a hard exterior and a soft inside?
What do you think?
You want to be loved though, don't you really, beneath it all? Get the presentation ready for the meeting and fire that guy's Mike from the council's doing my head in. I didn't touch the chocolate biscuits. I'm on a date now. I think she fancies me. She's like laughing at all my jokes as well. The PA, the nightmare PA.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
The flowers are very cute, I think.
Don't go.
I was expecting.
Come on.
I was just expecting a very different day.
So what sort of thing are you after then?
Someone my age.
You sure you don't want to stay?
No, I'm sure.
Sure. That one backfired. Right, I'm going to the little man's room. Do you want to get the bill and we'll head back to yours for a nightcap?
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now, now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong. Falling in September, cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll go back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong.
Take it quickly. I'm going to chuck for the corner here. And it is in as well. Hardy Randall's a scorer.
I'm Miguel, nice to meet you.
What is...
I got these for you.
Oh, thank you. It says you're 29 here.
Everyone lies on them things, don't they?
Right. I mean, you look a bit...
I shaved this morning.
Shaved?
Yeah, I shaved. You look really good. So yeah, redheads aren't my usual type, but...
They're not your usual type.
I'm not keen on it, it suits you well.
This is not happening.
Can I have some milk, please? Milk. I'm detoxing.
With a straw?
Without a straw.
You can go to like a Greek island or something.
I'll take you to a Greek island. It's lads, I'm a lad, aren't I?
Really?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you're going to bring in a bunch of flowers, you could have taken off the sort of limit ones.
Can I give you a bit of feedback?
Yeah.
I'm sensing a lot of hostility from you. So maybe you could be the one. Are you one of them women with a hard exterior and a soft inside?
What do you think?
You want to be loved though, don't you really, beneath it all? Get the presentation ready for the meeting and fire that guy's Mike from the couch who's doing my head in. I didn't touch the chocolate biscuits. I'm on a date now. I think she fancies me. She's like laughing at all my jokes as well. The PA, the nightmare PA.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
The flowers are very cute, I think.
Don't go.
Expecting.
Come on.
I was just expecting a very different day.
So what sort of thing are you after then?
Someone my age.
You sure you don't want to stay?
No, I'm sure.
Sure. That one backfired. Right, I'm going to the little man's room. Do you want to get the bill and we'll head back to yours for a nightcap?
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now, now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong. Being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll go back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong.
Take it quickly. I'm going to get shot for the corner here. But it is in as well. Harry Randall's a scorer.